I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Jaguars come away with a brutal 18-point victory. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chargers pick up win number 2. Lavernius Coles stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Moreno is probably the one that most leaps out at you. He's suffering from neck spasms, and he'll be out for 4 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Ladell Betts is probably the one that most leaps out at you. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Shaw pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Cardinals beat the Texans. Up in the Motor City, Detroit, we had the Lions drop this one by 17. Jets, Bills. Chad Pennington is in his own territory, ball at the 28-yard line, rolls right, and now runs to his left. That's his throwing side, but he's not throwing now. To the 50, to the 40, one man to beat. He could go all the way, 72 yards. The Jets go on to win this by the final score of 32-21. Over at Arrowhead Stadium, we had the Chiefs stroll away with a 14-point win. The Titans erupted for 400-plus offensive yards in their victory at Nashville. The Seahawks won on the road and will head into their bye week on a high note. Dennis Northcutt played well despite the loss and showed us why he's ranked up at the top of the league. Todd Pinkston pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Eagles beat the Bengals. Steelers, Dolphins. Quentin Jammer, set to receive the kick at his own 20. Actually will be inside his 20. It's at the 19. Gets a little wall to the right with a spin move. Now goes back down the left-hand side. And they're sleeping on defense. He could go all the way. 81 yards. The Steelers win this one by the final score of 21-7. By the warm waters of Tampa Bay, we had the Buccaneers put on a show and come out on top by 20. And last but not least, we had the Giants come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.